We're up and running. Hey, what's happening, kids? New episode of You Suck at Stand Up out now. Just dropped it today. Smaller episode, nothing massive, nothing huge, but at least some sort of content that I could get out in the midst of moving and running around the countryside. It's all about all the cities you should be moving to for stand up, which is great. I think it's I think it's important. I don't think enough people talk about it because it just sort of it's overshadowed by LA, New York, and Austin. And it's never talked about that you should be maybe making a couple of stops along the way. And some of the best cities to be able to do that in are featured in that video. So if you get a chance, check it out. Just came on the stream today. I'm in Laughlin, Nevada. Why don't you guys tell me about Laughlin, Nevada? I'm surprised there isn't just a higher suicide rate here, to be honest. It's a rough city. And it doesn't help that it's 115 degrees. The only thing that's sort of salvaged this trip, and it's nothing to do with the club. LA Comedy Club is great. Staff is great. Peter Berman, who I'm opening for this week. All these guys are great. The problem that we're running into, if you're on the live feed, drop a comment there. Let me know you're there. I think the biggest problem is that first off, Laughlin, Nevada is filled with the saddest people I've ever seen. I don't like to use the word pathetic, but I'm trying not to drink this week because I got a lot cooking and I need to get up and I need to feel good. And for how much I love booze, I also understand that sometimes we got to put it away for just a hot second because we tend to do a lot of it when we're out here. And I'm trying not to drink. So last night I was just sort of tossing and turning in bed and figured I would get up, take a walk through some of the casinos because it's about the only time when your skin won't fall off you, melting off. Because I'm not kidding when I say it's 115 is when it's 115 in Vegas, fine. When it's 115 degrees in Laughlin, that's a different kind of torture I was not ready for this morning. The only thing that salvaged it is they got a couple of decent golf courses around here that I went and checked out. And because you don't have a choice, you have to get out of this fucking hotel room. It is as beige can get. Look at the lighting in here. Look at where I'm in. It feels like it's a high-end Super 8, which still, even the highest end Super 8 still doesn't even get you to close to Marriott status. It's just, oh man, you get exhausted. And plus my truck, I can't even really go anywhere because my truck is filled with all my stuff. Because I'm moving from Las Vegas to Los Angeles at this moment. Everything I own is packed into those goddamn trucks and I guess a storage unit and my truck. So it doesn't feel like I can really go anywhere. I just parked the vehicle in hopes that nobody in Laughlin with a meth addiction decides to kick out my front window and steal a bunch of shit. All the stuff that needs to be saved is in the hotel room. Thank God. So I see there's a couple of people on the live. Hop in, man. Say what up. I don't know who you guys are. This is my first live, so I don't know if there's a way to be able to tell who's on and who's not, but either way. Anyway, looking forward to the next couple of weeks here because I'll be not only in Laughlin today, but if you're going to be in Colorado Springs, I'll be there going on next weekend, Friday and Saturday, headlining the Looney Bin. What up? What up, Untraceable 76? What up, yo? Thanks for dropping a line. Appreciate it. Yeah, comedy's been fantastic the last couple of weeks. And even though you're in Laughlin, Nevada, this club here is just outstanding. Vegas sucks. Smart move on relocation. See, I don't think Vegas sucks. I think Vegas is a fun city if you know how to have fun. If you know how to be able to keep it at bay and you don't just overindulge yourself. It's dirty as shit. Don't get me wrong. It's incredibly dirty. It is one of the dirtiest cities. It's nonsense. I was just driving my U-Haul to the storage unit the other day and just watching a man walk down the street, no shirt, half his ass hanging out of a baggy pair of sweatpants. it's nothing but mental illness and drugs on those streets. I've told my daughter many times, you are allowed to go west. You're not allowed to go east. Going east, that's bad business. West, you'll say safe. Been since 1999. Yeah, the last time I went to Vegas outside of moving there, I think it was 2007. And actually, let me rephrase it. It was 2007. Then I went back in, I think, 2021 for one night. And I just remember the amount of LEDs and the amount of, it's less guys with the little pamphlets trying to get you to get a hooker, and more guys with the little tiny baggie of white powder. Which even when I was in Amsterdam, I got hit up 3 times standing in the red light district about buying drugs, and that's still less than how much I get asked for in Vegas. It's a dirty city. It's nasty. It's dirty. It's a lot of fun, but it's dirty. And if you're willing to put up with some of the heat for a while, it's not bad, but it does get a little, like right now, I think they're at, like, I don't know, I was watching some of the NBA Summer League this morning because that's what it's come to. That's how little there is to do in Laughlin, Nevada. I watched NBA Summer League today. Do you know how boring NBA? You might as well watch those guys tie their shoes at a regular game. That is more fun than watching an NBA, still 7 times better than a WNBA game, but nonetheless, not as fun. It has been, man. It's been fun. The last couple of weeks running around Vegas, and I left right at the right time though. LA is supposed to be, I think, like around 105 or something coming up here soon, but at least it's not this. I mean, sweltering, man, sweltering. $14 for Snickers bar on the Strip. Yes. That's for tourists. That's for dummies. You got to be able to know where to go. There are places, if you time it right. I was walking on the 4th of July with my girlfriend, and there was a place that had Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy. What? Where did this golden keg show up from? I asked the guy. They were selling them for $5 a pour. And it was a decent pour. Like, obviously, it wasn't a pint, but it was for $5. And I said, hey, where's the Summer Shandy come from? He goes, manager's from Wisconsin. He picked one of these up today. We're already on our 3rd keg. It's like 11 a.m. I said, yeah, because this stuff is delectable. For some reason, Las Vegas breweries love an IPA. Why? Knock it off with the IPA when it's 105 outside. Nobody wants to drink that hoppy shit. Get yourself something nice and light. That's why I like a lager. I like a shandy. I like a blonde. I like anything else. Give me a Japanese rice lager when it's 97 degrees out. That is a million times better than any fucking IPA that, there's some great breweries, but knock it off, man. Atomic Duck is great. Don't want to drink it when it's 100 out. I can't do it. Some of the food that's on the Strip too. Yeah, you're right. The $14 Snickers bar, it's garbage. You got to know where to be able to go. If you want to walk around and just try to get it on the cheap, CVS, you can usually buy a drink on the inside of it. Also, Vegas has figured it out. The reason why Vegas has been hurting so bad is because it's all cyclical. Vegas was cheap for a long time. A lot of people came. Vegas got greedy, upped their prices, and everyone said, why do I want to come and walk on this godforsaken concrete jungle when for the same amount of money, I can take a nice trip to Florida and go stay on the beach and have a little bit of peace and quiet? And that's what everybody did. The young kids are not going to Vegas. My daughter's 18 years old. I lived in Vegas. She has no ambition to want to come to Vegas. They don't do it like we did it. They're not drinkers. They're not drug users. They don't smoke. They're not like sinful kids. Well, that's what we had. And then Vegas outpriced everybody. Even with people with money who want to go to Vegas have said, that's enough, no more. And they finally got smart. And in the last 5 months, I've noticed there's a lot of places like the Tuscany, Westgate. Some of the places on the Strip promote the $5. You can't sit in the bar, but you can grab a beer. In fact, Blondie's inside of Planet Hollywood, 2 for $7 for walk-in drinks. That's not bad. I mean, they're not the best drinks. I mean, if you don't mind, if you don't mind a Bud Light and a Truly, yes, then they are fantastic. Untraceable. The Sphere is like $450 to see a show. I'll say this. Yes, it is. It's far too expensive. It's a great experience. I went twice. Amazing time on the inside. Actually, 3 times if you count. Yeah, so I saw, let's see, No Doubt, Wizard of Oz, fucking saw the movie that was played there. Yeah, it's expensive. The record industry figured out a long time ago, since everybody's getting music for free, they got to figure out a way to make a few bucks. The prices of concert tickets. And the biggest issue I see with it is not the artist charging $450 for a ticket. It's that people are willing to pay it. That is the part. If we all bound together, did you see what happened? You saw what happened with Justin Timberlake. You saw what happened with Beyonce. You saw what happened with Adele. Adele's been doing a residency in Vegas now because she can't sell tickets on the road. So she needs to bring it a smaller venue. And why bring the mountain to Muhammad when you just bring all your fans to Vegas and let them see you for a couple of nights? And then you do that 5 times a year and you're good. You make the same amount. So why go on tour and bust your ass like that? Justin Timberlake canceled all of his tours because people just don't want to pay that for that little of an experience. Now, if you're going to go see a band that you love and Metallica, if Tool came to the Sphere, I would go. That would be a show I'd want to see. But as for everybody else, fuck, it's too expensive, man. I get it. Far too expensive. It's insane what they're charging nowadays, but people go and pay it. The Backstreet Boys, these guys are showing up, they're doing 3 weeks at a crack, and then they take a break. Then, it cycles through. Kenny Chesney comes back, then it cycles through, and then the Eagles, but these guys they're charging that much, and people are more than willing to pay it. And if you're willing to pay it, they're going to find an audience for it, and they're just going to keep cranking it out. So we as a people need to band together and say, enough, knock it off. But there's enough people out there that live in Norfolk, Nebraska, and they haven't been on vacation yet this year, and they got a couple of grand they want to drop, and No Doubt's playing that Sphere. And boy, when they were 15 years old, Tragic Kingdom came out, and it was the only thing that hit Norfolk because it was on MTV, and they can't wait to go. So guess who's dropping, $1,200 for tickets to go see No Doubt at the Sphere? So I'm just saying, it's unbelievable how crazy it's gotten with the concert tickets and the prices. I do get that artists need to make money, but come on, you guys. Jeez. If they broke it down for you and showed, hey, this is why we need to spend, this is why a concert ticket costs this much. Because we have 81 roadies that need to be paid. We got 61 production people. We got not only the band, but we also got management. Plus, we got to take care of, I'm sure hotel is probably taken care of. Flights probably as well. But, there's also some sort of overhead. I remember when guys who win the Super Bowl talk about how they lost money. You get I don't know what it is, a $100,000 bonus if you win the Super Bowl. But between family and travel and food and everybody who wants to come and see you, and then the parties afterwards, you end up 50 grand in the hole after. It's fucking ridiculous. So I'll tell you this, for how gross Vegas has been, I'm going to miss it. I loved living there. It was close. The airport was so easy. LAX in Los Angeles is such a pain in the ass. It sucks. It is hands down the worst airport. Getting to it, navigating it, getting through security, through TSA. I'm just so spoiled with Vegas and with Minneapolis. I don't want to, the last thing I want to fucking do is go and sit in that. Just getting, do you know how hard it is just to get to LAX? It's I always hate when people complain, they know it's shitty, they know it's something terrible, but they still go do it anyways, and that they still complain about it. It's I hate the gym. Yeah, of course the gym sucks, but you're the one who decided to go. Don't complain to everybody else about how much you hate it. You signed up for this. Now get your ass over to that Curves. Anyways, all right. I don't miss Cal traffic. That is the other sad part about it. I'm going to be in Laughlin until Monday morning. I'm leaving. I got to get back super early because I'm going to be on the Adam Carolla show. So I don't have a ton of time to kind of lollygag, but I got to wake my ass up early. California traffic is a son of a bitch. I will say they sort of oversold it to me with how bad it is. Yes, it sucks, but it's not as bad as what I thought it would be. I mean, I guess I'm just used to Minneapolis. Everything's easy. Everything in Minneapolis is 20 to 30 minutes, no matter what side of town you're on. Vegas is relatively easy. Highway 15 can suck, but for the most part, you're in traffic for, 6-7 minutes. LA, on the other hand, sometimes that's an hour, hour 15. But really, I don't know. It's not like we're on a horse-drawn wagon. We're sitting in air conditioning. We're listening to podcasts. We're making phone calls, sending text messages, which is totally fine because you're only moving at 3.5 miles an hour anyways. So it's not hard. The weather and the beaches make up for it. That is why people stay. That's why everybody sticks around. Nobody would ever put up with all this nonsense with the high taxes. Nobody would put up. I don't want to move to LA. I want to go back. I want to be in northern Minnesota. I want to be in Grand Rapids, Minnesota at my cabin, sitting on my dock, drinking a beer, looking at the lake. That's what I want to do. Sadly, my industry is based out of Los Angeles. The only way that you can ever make it in this career is by packing your shit up and moving there. For me, I don't know about anybody else. Listen, I tried doing it somewhere else. It ain't working. So as you can tell by the staggering amount of numbers I have on this live feed right now, this is what it's come to, at a hotel in Laughlin, Nevada with 4 bananas because there's nothing to eat or drink around here. Everything is, the closest Target is 25 miles away. Now, as a guy who's trying to lay off the booze this week and not eat like a bunch of shit food, they make it really difficult because downstairs there's a Denny's and a bar filled with all of my favorite drinks, and I'm not trying to do either of them. And it sucks. It sucks. Anyway, so, all right. Well, I feel like this was a pretty good live to start out with. I don't know. I'm trying to get my ass back onto YouTube because it is it's been harrowing trying to figure out. I don't know, this whole it just it sucks. I hate it. I just want to write jokes and just go on stage, but that's not what this is anymore. You got to do all this, do the dog and pony dance and again, everything I signed up for, complaining about it. But Laughlin, Nevada, I don't know. There's a bunch of kids on jet skis outside the window last night at about 2 a.m. And for how much I was annoyed that they were waking me up, I thought, you know what? Good for you guys. I imagine that they're younger, 22, 23, out there ripping around. Good for you. You're not in the casino. I mean, you're probably hammered at 2 a.m. Nobody gets on a jet ski at 2 a.m. because you're sober. That is drunken debauchery talking. That is, you've had yourself 11 vodka sodas. You want to show off to the lady. You run down to the dock. You jump on that jet ski. You bop around outside of the casino for a while in front of the glitz and glam of the boardwalk of Laughlin, Nevada. Oh, my God. The club is great. Like I said, this city is terrible, though. Somebody said to me, Laughlin, Nevada, it's like a little Las Vegas. I got here. This isn't even a little Reno. Like Reno, Laughlin is if Reno took a shit and it was just like a little rabbit pellet that popped out. That is Laughlin, Nevada. That is not a little Las Vegas. Reno is barely a little Las Vegas. Laughlin is nowhere near. It's not even the hangnail of Las Vegas. It's a little no, it's not a little Las Vegas. If you scraped up a little bit of the homeless muck that is on the side of Koval Street, maybe, but it's not. It is, God damn. The fact that, I mean, just this. Now, I lived in my apartment back in Vegas, and even here has a covered garage. Great. Because everything I own is packed into that truck right now on my way to Los Angeles on Monday. I went, like I said, the only thing that sort of is salvaging this trip is the cheap golf, because nobody golfs around here because it's summertime. It is African hot. Your skin melts right off of you. Like, why even put sunblock on? Why? SPF 31,000? That's the only way to get through it. But the golf is cheap, and if you can put up with the heat and you can get up early enough, go golf. So I went out, I hit 9 today, walked it. By the end of 9, I'm like, there's no way I could do 18. Not even with a cart I could do 18. You're just out there too long. So at the end of it, I got in my truck, which I don't have one of those weird blue blocker things that you put up inside of the mirror. You got to get that reflector. I don't have one of those. But I got in the vehicle and I'm like, oh, let's play this fun game called See If You Can Drive Without Touching the Steering Wheel. It's goddamn hot, man. Hot. All right. You guys are cool. Thanks for stopping by. Not a lot of you, but we're going to try to build this up. So anyways, tour dates, check it out, rudypavichcomedy.com. I'm around. You guys were great. See you later. Bye.